Hello and welcome, Wisdom Seekers. I have returned with another episode of DIY Wizardry. I am the wizard! We are going to figure out how to mount a TV when you don't have the proper width of studs. So, right now, this TV mount here is 28 inches, and the width of the studs in this mobile home, which where I'm living currently, is 32 inches. So what are you supposed to do about that? Well, I figured I could just add some extra strength anchors into the drywall, but that isn't going to work because the weight of the TV exceeds what the limit of the anchors are. So what you could do instead is measure a piece of wood. I made this 4 inches wider than the width of the studs. That way, when I drill holes into it, there's a little bit extra room on the wood to give more stability. So then what you can do is just put the wood up against the wall, drill it into the studs, and then what you can do is you can mount your TV mount on this piece of wood. You could sand it, you could paint it, either the color of your wall or the color of the trim of your house, depending on if you had different colors. And you can basically hide it and no one will know it's there, except if you're really looking for it. But I mean, who's snooping around behind people's TVs trying to see how it's mounted? Okay, so you're going to need a few things for this job. Some of them aren't necessary. Some of them, they really are. So first of all, where I got this wood from was Home Depot, and most Home Depots, hopefully if they're functioning, because some of them aren't, is you can go to Home Depot and you can get a big 12-foot piece of wood cut however you need it, and then that way you don't have to worry about getting a circular saw. You don't really have to worry about many power tools except for a drill. If your Home Depot doesn't have that, then you're probably going to have to cut the wood yourself. That what you are going to need is you're going to need either a tape measure, or you can use a yardstick, and yardsticks are actually pretty damn helpful because they're straight already and you don't have to worry about the floppiness of the tape measure. After that, what you're going to need is a drill, potentially an extension cord. Really depends on your house, where your outlets are at, if you have a surge protector near you, and how high you're mounting the TV. And then some drill bits, and then get yourself some wood screws, and you're good to go. Oh wait, one more thing. You're going to need a level. But yeah, with that out of the way, I'm going to get started, and we'll see how this turns out. So, just so you know, what I did first was I measured 2 inches in on this side and 2 inches in on this side because, as I said before, the width between the studs on this wall specifically was 32 inches, and this is a 36-inch board. That way I know I have extra, grip room and nothing's going to splinter and just break away from the wall. After that, what I did was I took this yardstick here, I put it on top of what I already had on the wall, but you don't necessarily need to do that. And then just draw a straight line across, that way you know where you're going with this. Afterwards, you want to measure, I'd say what I did was 1.5 inches one way, 1.5 inches the other way. Then pre-drill your holes. That way, when you're done pre-drilling the holes, you can put the board up to where it's supposed to be and either use a marker or a pencil or a tap or a drill bit, something to make little marks on the wall. That way you can pre-drill your studs because it'll be much easier to get the screws in there, and you don't have to worry about backing out the screws if there's any wood shavings that get stuck and make the screw not want to turn anymore. Alright, so I've got my holes pre-drilled in this board, and I've got them marked on the wall as well. Now time to attach the board to the wall. Okay, so the board has been secured to the wall, and ignore this white thing. It's literally just the cord that powers our disco light. All you gotta do, mount your bracket to the board, and you're done. Then you just pop your TV back up there, and you're good to go. So just let you know, I find it easier to start with the top holes and make sure that you're flush with the top. And see, I moved one space in, and that's because I don't want to encroach on this space where the other screw is, because you don't want to end up fracturing the wood or splintering it anyway. So get one over here and get one over, the next one over on top. Once you get that done, you can accurately put the other two bottoms in there without having to worry about anything. Also, make sure to put washers on the ends of the screws before you put them in there. That way, there's no way that the mount pops off of the board with the weight of the TV. Alright, and now the TV is ready to go up. Alright, and as you can see, the TV is up on the wall. And you don't have to worry about ripping out drywall and having a broken TV, because that's a huge, expensive mess that nobody wants to deal with. So, hope this helps. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and remember that anybody can do this shit. You just need a little bit of patience, alright? Until next time, the wizard has spoken.